Bonjour, aujourd'hui nous allons voir une simulation d'une partie de l'épreuve d'expression orale du TOEFL iBT. Cette partie, c'est les questions dites intégrées. 3 des 4 questions de l'épreuve d'expression orale sont de ce type. Vous écoutez un enregistrement et ou vous lisez un court texte. Ensuite, vous devez décrire, résumer ou bien donner votre opinion sur ce que vous avez lu ou entendu. Nous allons donc voir les choses à faire et les choses à ne pas faire.
Now read an announcement. You will have 45 seconds to read the passage. Listen to a conversation between two students.
I think I'll apply for the RA position. It sounds like a great opportunity.
Are you sure about that? It may not be such a great deal.
What do you mean? I'd have my own room, which would really be nice to have after sharing a tiny dorm with someone for the last 2 years. And free rent? How can you go wrong with that?
I only know what I saw my friend go through last year. She was an RA at another college and found it took up a lot of her free time. Much more than her housing director let on when she interviewed for the job. You can't imagine what a headache managing other students can be. She was always dealing with routine problems. Students would come to her when they were homesick, or if they had any little complaint about another dorm student. There were times where it was impossible for her to do any studying in her room because there were so many interruptions.
It was really that bad? My RA doesn't seem like he's that stressed out.
Well, my friend told me that part of her job was to basically always be cheerful when dealing with the students she was in charge of. It was like she was always doing customer service in a store, 24/7. Besides that, making sure students didn't break rules kind of made it hard for her to make any friends with the students she was living with. No one enjoys being told what to do, or to have to enforce rules about noise or alcohol.
Now that you put it that way, maybe I should talk to some RAs here to find out what it's really like.
That sounds like a good idea. I'm also kind of suspicious about that job description. What does other related duties mean?
Well, the woman really is opposite to her friend actually taking that job or applying to that job to become a resident assistant because she has a previous experience of a friend of hers who worked as an RA in another university, and she had like the worst time. Apparently it's not the great deal they make it seem with the announcement. And she actually argues that like her friend had like to deal with a lot of problems, and most of them were like silly problems, like a student getting homesick, or that she was required to be cheerful at all times, and it felt more like customer service than actually like the job of resident assistant. And on top of that, like she had to be the bad guy because she had to reinforce policies that no one wanted to comply with, and everything else in between, basically.
Ici, le candidat commet une erreur méthodologique importante. La consigne lui demande de résumer l'offre d'emploi écrite avant de décrire l'opinion de la personne qui parle dans l'audio. Cependant, le candidat oublie totalement de résumer l'article et ne le mentionne pas du tout. Malgré son bon niveau de langue et la fluidité de son expression, cela lui ferait donc perdre des points pour cette question. On voit également que le stress lié au chronomètre l'empêche de conclure sa réponse de manière claire et structurée, ce qui est un autre problème dans sa réponse. Au niveau de la langue, une petite chose peut être améliorée. Le candidat dit « The woman is opposite to her friend taking that job ». Le candidat aurait dû dire « The woman is opposed to her friend taking that job ». Malgré la fluidité et la qualité de son expression, le candidat perdrait des points pour cette question en raison de ses erreurs méthodologiques. Il obtiendrait probablement un score de 2 ou 3 sur 4 pour cette question. Il est donc essentiel non seulement de bien lire les consignes, mais aussi de s'entraîner pour savoir parler exactement 60 secondes pour répondre aux questions.